Check. Am I too close? Okay, yeah. I can hear you perfectly in the headphones. Yeah, sure thing. My name is Cade Sterling. I'm 22 years old. I served in the infantry, deployed overseas when I was 19, and I've been back home for a little over a year now. And, thanks for having me. I'm doing alright, thanks for asking. A little out of my element, to be honest. I'm used to listening to your show in my truck, so being on this side of the microphone is surreal, but I appreciate you bringing me on. Well, coming back to civilian life, man, it's jarring. Everyone expects you to just step off the plane and go back to normal, but normal doesn't exist anymore. I remember my second day back. My mom sent me to the grocery store just to get some cereal. I stood in the cereal aisle for 20 minutes, just staring. Over there, you don't make choices. You eat what you're given. You sleep when you can. You move when you're told to. And suddenly, I'm standing under these bright fluorescent lights, and there are 40 different kinds of cereal, and people are complaining about the prices, and my brain just short-circuited. It felt like everyone was moving in slow motion, and I was still running at 100 miles an hour. It's the quiet that gets you. The quiet is so loud. The reason why I joined, and my early days were like I said, I was 19. Just a kid who didn't know what he wanted to do with his life, but I wanted to do something that mattered. I think I watched too many movies. When we first got in country, before things got bad, it was actually a lot of waiting around. Just endless mind-numbing boredom mixed with 120-degree heat. But that's where the brotherhood happens. You're sitting in the dirt with guys from all over. A farm kid from Iowa, a city guy from Brooklyn, and you're sharing terrible lukewarm water, laughing at the dumbest jokes you've ever heard. You get so close so fast. You know these guys better than you know your own family. The reality check? Yeah. It was about 3 months in. We were doing a routine patrol, something we'd done a dozen times. The movies always make combat look cinematic, with this sweeping soundtrack and all that, but in real life it's just sudden, violent chaos. There's a crack, not like a firework, but a sharp physical pressure that you feel in your teeth. And then the radio just erupted in static and screaming. You don't have time to be scared in the moment. Your training kicks in. You move, you return fire, you do your job. The fear doesn't come until later. It comes when the sun goes down and the adrenaline drains out of you, and you're back at base. Yeah, we did. Loss was inevitable. I don't really want to say his name right now, if that's okay, but he was 20. He had this awful crooked smile, and he always kept hot sauce in his vest because he hated the rations. If you think that the hardest part of the war was the gunfire, it wasn't. It was the next morning. Walking back into the barracks and seeing his boots, seeing his empty bunk, and then a few of us had to pick up his things to send back to his parents. Folding his shirts, finding a half-written letter to his girlfriend, that's the stuff that stays with you. You don't leave that in the desert. It's not fair to him. So you get the sense of responsibility to bring it home. I appreciate that. As for how I navigate that grief now, you don't get over it. I hate it when people tell me I need to move on. You just make room for it. I go to therapy, I talk to the guys who made it back. But it's hard with civilians sometimes. People see the uniform or they find out you're a vet and they put you on a pedestal. They say thank you for your service and they call you a hero. And I know they mean well. I really do, but I'm not a hero. The heroes are the ones who didn't come back on the plane with us. I'm just a guy who survived. If there's one thing I want the people listening right now to take away from this, I want them to know that the war doesn't end when the deployment is over, not for us. If you have someone in your life who has been over there, don't push them for the crazy stories. Don't ask them if they've ever shot someone, anyone. Just be patient. Sometimes we just need to sit in a quiet room with someone we love and know that we aren't in danger anymore. Just be a safe place for them to land. This was good, really. Thank you for giving me the space to talk today. I needed it. No, I'm okay. Honestly, I feel a bit relieved. So I appreciate the offer you gave me to come here. I felt like the people should know how it is behind the front lines from someone who has actually been through it all. Absolutely. Thank you again.